Hello, welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. I'm getting around to reading all these books, right? I got a million comic books over here. Like, okay, figuratively, a million. If I had an actual million comic books, I would need like a whole warehouse to house them. But anyway, I digress. I got this, fairly recently, within the last couple of weeks. I read these things, all these alternate books, and here we are. We're going to talk about Voidwalker #4. I would have loved to have read this a couple months ago, back when it should have been out. But hey, 2020, man, we are lucky if all we're getting in our life in 2020 is printer delays. Like, that's a pretty livable, kind of crazy, so 2020 kind of thing. I marked 2 pages that I wanted to get to, mainly because they kind of tell us a lot about the book. All right, let me get that first flag off of here. So, if you remember, and you may not remember, and that's okay, because it's been a while. If you remember, though, this is a crazy, crazy book that's kind of like a combination of Spawn and The Guyver and other like super violent kind of stories like that. In the last issue, one of the things that happened is our hero something something lost, sort of, and all these monsters from the other dimension. Whether that other dimension is hell or something else, I'm not actually really sure like what it is. Uh, I, it's very Doom kind of feeling too. Like the modern, like the 2016 Doom setting. Like there's a lot of that kind of feel in this story too. But so all that crazy stuff is coming through into the Earth, and you got these cops. Oh man, see now there's the whole cops and mobsters thing too. So this whole thing started with like mobsters, and it's a revenge story with mobsters, very Spawn-like, except with mobsters instead of whatever the mercenary government agent types. All right, whatever. And the cops that were at this place are all going nuts. You can see it right here. Dude blasts his own head off. Other cops had showed up, and they're like SWAT dudes, and they're here to be all like, we're SWAT dudes and we're going to kill everything. Because that's what SWAT dudes do, right? They just run around with their little machine guns or whatever, and they just shoot everybody. Like, okay, cool. But things are going bad for the mortals. The craziness, the corruption, the insanity inspired by the other world is leaking into this world. This dude saw some stuff, and somewhere on a previous page, there's a panel of him going like, the whispers started again, or something like that. Not that long before he did this. And you can see right here, stuff is coming out of him. Like, the universe for humans is getting a really weird experience. Now, the other panel I marked, and maybe this is kind of a bad one because we're kind of getting into spoilery stuff here, although with terrifying, demon things, I don't know how much of a spoiler you can really expect. But our protagonist is getting revenge on his mob boss who set him up and whatever, like da 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 da. So the mob boss is merged with like the evil demon that was the thing that was like his dad's rival in the other world because his dad was blocking the gateway to this world from that world, or something like that. You know what? It's been a long time since I read the first 3 issues, okay? So I'm kind of running on memory fumes here. If they ask me, is it real or is it Memorex? I'll be like, it's neither. It is a vaporous cloud of memory shaped objects. But there's a great little fight sequence. It's super bloody. You can see right here, we got body parts, stuff going all over the place. And we end on a little twist where our hero gets maybe not humbled, maybe a little comeuppance is the right way to put it. There's some more stuff after what I've showed you there. It's pretty meaty. It does not feel like this is the end, supposed to be the end of the story. It feels like this is the end of the very first story arc of the story, and we're supposed to be moving into something else. Kind of like how Doom, if you've played the original Doom, you go through, your character dies, and then you fight your way back out of hell. and you come back to the real world, and then you get that sinking feeling as you reemerge into actual reality. That kind of feels like that's where this is going. And so we've got like that kind of intro story, and then we get like a Hell on Earth kind of story or something. It feels like where it should be going. I can't believe we're stopping after 4 issues because it doesn't deserve that. The art's great. The writing is hyper violently fun. I mean, the art's hyper violently fun too. The whole thing is just very violent, very bloody. A lot like the Guyver, you know? If you ever watched that or read the manga, I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, they look even kind of like that, man. They definitely have more of that Guyver anime aesthetic going on than they do like the Spawn aesthetic. A lot of the Spawn influence just kind of comes into the like dudes with guns kind of stuff that happens. It was a great series. I want more of it. I don't know why there's not more of it. Maybe one day we will get more of it, and maybe at that point I'll get enough of it, and I can be like, that's enough of that. But until then, you all have a great day, great night, great whatever you got going on. Check this out. It was pretty dope. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.